Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Darrin with GuitarControl.com bringing you this video lesson. And today I want to show you how to play a really easy song by the Ramones, Blitzkrieg Bop. Really simple, just a bunch of power chords, and this is kind of the epitome of the, the old stereotype about, oh, they only know 3 chords. It's just a 3-chord song. Well, that's not true. There's actually a 4th chord in it at one point in time. But for the most part, it's just really simple, just power chords, but it was a really popular song. The Ramones have a big cult following, so I thought this would be a good one to do. So be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look. Alright, so there's basically 3 parts to this. We have the intro, which is also the same as the verse. And we have a breakdown section, and then we have a chorus. So for that intro verse part, we're going to start off just with an A5 power chord. So here on the 5th fret of the low E with my first finger, and then the 7th fret of the A string with your 3rd finger, and you can also add in the 7th fret of the D string because that's also an A. So either way, if it's more comfortable, some people with smaller hands, they have a hard time doing this for, so just whichever way you want to do it is fine. So this is 16th notes. So it's 1 E and 2 E and so that's half of the measure. Then we're going to go to a D5. So we're just going to take that shape and we're just going to move it straight up. So now our first finger is on the 5th fret of the A string, 3rd finger is on the 7th fret of the D string, and your 4th finger on the 7th fret of the G string. And this is on the downbeat of 3, and it's a dotted 8th note, so it's like kind of weird to count this. And then we just move up a whole step for E5, so now your first finger's on the 7th fret, and your 3rd and 4th fingers are on the 9th fret, still on the A and D and G strings. So you've got, this is a dotted 8th note, and then this is an 8th note, and then you follow that with 3 16th notes. So that's the first measure, and that's repeated 3 times. So we've got. Alright, so to kind of get that kind of raw sound that they're using, you don't really want it to be like a, you want to kind of, that kind of bigger strum. Now what the problem with this is these other strings are open, so you don't want to hear those, obviously. So what I'm doing is that my first finger, as it's getting the 5th fret here on the low E, I've kind of got it arced over so it's muting these other strings, which allows me to kind of have this bigger pick stroke. And I'm not really even hitting these, I'm just kind of hitting just the the bottom 3 strings. Same idea when I move to these other ones, these other chords. So that's the first measure. And like I said, it's repeated 3 times, and then we come back to that A5 and we do 1 and up to the D5, 3 and or 2 and, my bad. So 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and a. So that's the second measure. So those 2 measures together, and you repeat that. I just actually put a note on that staff to play that staff twice. So we've got. Repeating. that leads us into this breakdown section. So the first part of that, the guitar doesn't do anything. You just rest for the first 3 measures. So that's the part they're like, hey, oh, let's go, you know, that part there. And then it just drops into, back into that A5. All 16th notes for a whole measure. So you're like resting 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then it just goes right back into that first part we did, because that's where the verse is. So what we did before this, that was basically like playing the intro, but it's the same thing. And then the 3-bar rest, and then now that leads us into the chorus. So for the chorus, we're going to start off with that D5. We have a whole measure of that, 16th notes. 1, and then back to the A5 for the first 2 beats of 16th notes. So 1 E and 2 E and up to the D5 and back to the A5. So that second measure. So the first 2 measures of the chorus. So then when you go on to the third measure is the same as the first measure of the chorus. So we go back to that D5 for a whole measure of 16th notes. Now here's that 4th chord that we were talking about. It's B5. So you can just take that A5 shape we were doing and move it up a whole step. So now your first finger's on the 7th fret of the low E, your 3rd finger's on the 9th fret of the A, and your 4th finger is on the 9th fret of the D, if you like. And here we've got, so it's like an 8th note, 2 16th notes, and then 2 8th notes. And then we go back to the D5, and we strum that once, and then we come up to the E5 and slide out of it. So that last part, starting on the B5, and then it goes into another chorus again. So like starting from the intro. Two, two, three, four, 3, 2, 3, 4. Chorus. And then it just goes right back into another verse again. So those are basically all the parts. It's pretty simple to tell which one is which. So like I said, it's a really simple song. Just real simple power chords. Great song for a beginner, or if you just want to learn a really easy, fun song that everybody knows, then this is a great one. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that and you got something out of that. If you like this lesson, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below if you have any questions, or if you have any comments about this, or if you have any suggestions or ideas for future lessons from either myself or one of the other instructors at guitarcontrol.com. If you have not already done so, please hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so that way you don't miss out any of the content that we upload throughout the week. All right, so that is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching and have a great day.